Hey, what's up guys? Dan here again, and today I want to make a quick little video talking about Amazon products to absolutely avoid selling, okay? And this is going to be a pretty funny video because I have learned my fair share in terms of Amazon products that you shouldn't be selling. And I've made some mistakes just like everybody, in their entrepreneurial journey, which is totally fine. But, now it's just a story to tell, right? So here, let me just make this bigger. All right, so I've got a list here, and I'm going to explain in detail every single product here, okay? So the first type of Amazon product that you should absolutely avoid selling, and by the way, this video is going to cover, I think, 90% of angles, of like products that are sketchy and that, if you invest, you have the chance of completely losing your investment, okay? So the first product that you should avoid, the first kind of product that you should avoid selling is banned products that are banned by the FBA, Health Canada, any other regulatory agency, and it's pretty easy to find out, okay? You can either just Google, for example, the product name and then FDA or product name Health Canada, depending on if you're selling in Canada or the United States. So it's pretty easy to actually figure out if you are selling a banned product. You just type in on Google, the product name FDA or product name Health Canada. If you're selling in Canada, so wherever you're selling, just type that in on Google and just like see what people are saying, see what the websites are saying. You will definitely see if it's banned or not. Okay, Amazon is not going to let you sell banned products, right? And if you do see banned products that are being sold on Amazon, and typically, by the way, this is like a pro trick right here to like really see which ones are banned and which ones are sketchy that you shouldn't be doing. If there's a niche and there is like very high sales, but the products don't have a lot of reviews, and if you go look at the Keepa, they've only been around for like a month or two. So if you see that these products are probably banned products and they probably get deleted like every couple months or so, maybe every month or so, and then they just repost it. Like more people come in or more sellers come in, different sellers come in, they release it, they invest into the product, and then they don't know, and then they just get removed a month later. They get excited when they start selling a lot, and then it just gets removed. So that's a pretty easy that's a pretty easy pattern to recognize. That's the typical pattern of banned products being sold on Amazon, because Amazon doesn't actually right away remove your ban. Amazon doesn't actually remove your banned product right away. They don't actually, they only notice like in a couple weeks usually. It takes them like 3 to 4 weeks with banned products. And I actually tried selling a banned product. I had no idea, right? So more examples of products that are like very difficult to sell on Amazon that might be banned, or actually no, these products just have very strict regulations in terms of customs, bringing them in, selling them. Any type of like skin cream, any type of like consumable that goes in your mouth, anything that like really can affect a person's health, okay? Because obviously regulatory agencies don't want you to just sell garbage. They don't want you to sell like a skin cream made out of like hydrochloric acid and then somebody just burns themselves, right? So yeah, stay away from any kind of like FDA, health, any kind of consumables, and make sure, by the way, another trick here is to call Amazon, okay, before you, if you're not sure, call Amazon, seller support, okay, and then give them some of the competitors' ASINs, okay, and basically, if you don't know what an ASIN is, it's basically in the address bar, it's like that, that code there, you'll see it's like B, usually it's B and then letters and numbers. So give the agent, 2 or 3 competitors' ASINs, and then ask them if you could sell your own version of that product on your own listing and have it fulfilled by Amazon, and they'll tell you. And if they say you can have it fulfilled by Amazon, then you can sell it, okay? But make sure you call a couple times. Sometimes they don't know what they're doing. Okay, so number 2, products that can easily break during shipping. So for example, any type of glass, any type of like fragile stone, any type of like anything like that, right? So those products I wouldn't recommend selling, unless if you do decide to sell these products and you figure out a way to make sure they don't break during shipping, you're actually going to differentiate yourself pretty well. So you could actually sell like glass products and stuff. Like I'm not totally against it, right? Just make sure that it comes to the customer undamaged, or else you're going to get a ton of negative reviews. So the next kind of product that you shouldn't be selling on Amazon, and this is pretty obvious, but any kind of dangerous products, any kind of weapons or hazmat materials, so hazardous materials, okay? And so basically, for example, like any kind of like guns, obviously you're not going to sell. Nobody's going to sell that. But like any type of like knives, you actually see a lot of survival knives. If you look at Jungle Scout, don't sell that stuff. Anything that can actually hurt someone, anything that someone can buy, and if somebody can buy it from you and then they can use it to hurt someone, that'll come back to you and you can actually get sued. So by the way, that's why you have a limited liability corporation, and because then if you're a limited liability, then obviously you have limited liability, they can't do anything against you. Only the business is at risk, and who cares about the business if it gets shut down, right? They'll just confiscate the business assets. That's why you want to make sure that you actually have a business license, that you're incorporated, or you have an LLC, at least when you're making a significant income. So anything above $1,000 or $2,000 a month. So yeah, don't sell any kind of like survival knives, like any obviously any kind of like guns, anything like that. Just don't. It's not worth it, obviously. Anything, basically rule of thumb, anything that can be used to hurt someone, okay, don't. Okay, number 4, any type of clothing, like socks, any kind of like t-shirts and stuff. Guys, it's 2017, or actually now it's going to be 2018. Like, the money is not in t-shirts and merch and all that. Maybe for YouTubers, yeah, okay, cool. But we're talking about like private labeling here. We're talking about e-commerce, a whole different thing. And actually, there's a thing called Amazon merch by Amazon, which you can actually, I'm probably going to make another video about it. And it's another way to make some extra income, extra passive income. You can actually submit your designs to Amazon, and then have them print, basically people can buy it, and then Amazon prints them on their own shirts, and then they you kind of make passive income from that. So that's a good way. But like, don't sell any kind of clothing. Like, don't try to create a clothing brand on Amazon. Like, it's so oversaturated. You don't want to do that. All right, so product number 5, seasonal products. Unless you absolutely know that they're seasonal and you're ready to do that, don't sell seasonal products, okay? My whole approach here with this channel, with my videos, I want people to build a long-term sustainable business. So the way to do that is to build a brand. So maybe 3 to 5 complementary products, 3 to 5 products that the same target market of people will be buying. And you might be tempted, for example, like when it's the summer. So when the summer is going to roll around, or for example, right now it's Christmas, you might be tempted to invest into products that are like Christmas products, or when the summer is going to come next summer, like, I don't know, some kind of like things for the pool or whatever. So if you want to invest into seasonal products and you're ready to just basically buy a ton of units just for that season, because that's what you're gonna have to do, then just make sure that you know that the product is seasonal, and make sure that you know when the product is going to stop selling. Okay. So basically, just make sure that you know the market, make sure you know the product, make sure you know the trend, so when it's going to start selling, and then when it's going to stop. So yeah, but otherwise, I wouldn't recommend doing seasonal products. And a lot of people actually invest into seasonal products without knowing that they're seasonal. Okay, so really ask yourself, if you're looking at a product, like, ask yourself, okay, is this potentially seasonal? Okay, because a lot of products you wouldn't even notice that they're seasonal, but they're actually seasonal. Number 6, my favorite one here, fidget spinners and solar eclipse glasses, okay? So this is just, obviously you're not gonna sell fidget spinners. That whole trend died a while ago. And you're not gonna sell solar eclipse glasses because the solar eclipse is already done, finished in August. But the reason I mention these is because, any kind of products that are like, super, super trendy, like everybody's doing them, it's just not worth it. I learned the hard way. I did not invest into fidget spinners. I know that the people that did invest into fidget spinners, they made, a lot of money at first. And then basically what happens is when you make a lot of money on Amazon, or when you're selling a lot, you're going to have to reinvest a lot of money into inventory because you're selling a lot of units, right? So those people with the fidget spinners, they didn't know when the trend was going to die. So they basically bought, like, they made some money, like, wow, I'm making so much money. I'm going to keep making this money. They bought a ton of units, a ton of fidget spinners, and by the time they got to Amazon, the trend already died, and they were left with like 10,000 units of fidget spinners that they invested their money into, okay? So it's just not worth it. And funny story about solar eclipse glasses, I actually thought, an experiment, I'm like, hey, I'm going to put in $5,000 into solar eclipse glasses, and this was like in June. So the solar eclipse was in August, and I actually put that in June or in May or something like that. So they got into Amazon, and I just started selling them. Like, I was selling like pretty well, obviously, because the demand for solar eclipse glasses was insane. But I started selling pretty well, and then the whole scandal broke out about like these fake Chinese solar eclipse glasses, and like I thought to myself, like, yeah, no shit, like, I'm sorry, they're paper sunglasses against to protect your eyes for the solar eclipse, right? Like, where do you think they're gonna come from? From America? I don't think so, right? So but anyway, somebody had to make a scandal, and so basically what happened was, and they pulled my listing down, and they pulled everybody else's listings down who were selling solar eclipse glasses. So there was this like insane demand, and basically no solar eclipse glasses. It was funny. There was a couple of hijackers trying to like make a quick buck on the side. It was like the Wild West. But yeah, and so I was like, I had basically like 2,500 units of solar eclipse glasses, and it was 10 pairs in each unit. So I had 25,000 solar eclipse glasses that I just had to get Amazon to destroy. So I lost money on the unit cost, on the shipping to Amazon, and not only that, I also lost money on the product launch. I had to do a product launch, and on the giveaways, what I'm talking about, and as well on the and I lost money on the disposal, because Amazon is going to charge you a disposal fee, to dispose of your units, right? So I think it's like 50 cents a unit. Yeah, it's 50 cents a unit. So I basically had to pay 50 cents times 2,500. That's like 1,250 to have them destroy the units. So I lost like in total like $6,000 or $7,000 or something like that. But it was a lesson to be learned, That's why if anything looks like a gold mine, if anything smells like it could be like trendy, and you're like, I don't know, I'm so tempted to do this because all these people are gonna make so much money, stay away. That's just a red flag, okay? Stay away. There are so many good products on Amazon. There's so many like opportunities to build a brand, and it's just all getting started. So if you start building a brand now, then you'll be able to have that asset for the rest of your life, have that brand, and basically be financially free, because that's just how this generation is going to work, because all of the brands that are going to be dominating the future in every single niche, they're being built right now. And I hope that on my channel here, a lot of people watching these videos are going to be building these brands here from this information that I'm providing. So anyway, patented and trademarked products. This is like very obvious, right? And the way to check if a product is patented or trademarked, you can search on google.com/patents. Okay, that's one website. And number two, you can also search for trademarks. So the difference between a patent and a trademark, by the way, a patent is when somebody like invents a design or like a certain way of doing something, a certain way of solving a problem in terms of like an invention, a certain design. They can patent it. It's a very long process. It's pretty tedious. And basically when they patent it, nobody else can copy their design. They can change the design, but they can't copy their exact design. Meanwhile, a trademark, it's like they just trademark like a brand name. Okay, so my mic for some reason completely cut out last night when I filmed this, but anyway, we're just going to keep the video going. So patented and trademarked products. So I explained how to check for patents and trademarks. So basically how you check is for patents, you have to go on google.com/patents, and for trademarks, you have to go on the USPTO trademark search. So that stands for United States Patent and Trademark Office, and they have an amazing search tool. It's called like Basic Search Trademarks, and basically a patent is, like I said, a patent is for inventions, like a certain design, and a trademark is basically so nobody can take your brand name for that specific kind of product, okay? So be sure to check for those. Very easy to check. It's those two search engines, Google Patents and the trademark search, and you'll be good to go. So the next kind of product that you definitely should not be selling on Amazon, absolutely avoid, okay, is anything to do with tobacco, anything to do with drugs, any kind of marijuana paraphernalia, any smoking, pipes, weapons, obviously. No sketchy products like that, guys. The demand for these products is insane. So if you actually look at them on Jungle Scout, you'll see that they're selling a ridiculous amount, obviously, right? Because, so many people need tobacco things and drug paraphernalia and, all the kind of weed grinders and all that stuff, right? But all that stuff is not allowed to be sold on Amazon. Like you'll see that if you actually invest in those products, you're going to get pulled down in about a couple weeks. Like I said, Amazon isn't instant with pulling products down, but they will pull you down. You're just going to lose a ton of money. You're just going to lose a lot of your investment, because as soon as they pull you down, you're going to have to dispose of those units. So not only will you lose your money, you're going to actually have to pay to get them either out of the warehouse as well, and you're going to end up with 1,000 tobacco pipes or whatever, marijuana pipes, or you're going to basically, or you're going to have to pay 50 cents per unit to dispose of them on top of the money that you already lost. So absolutely stay away from these products. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the channel if you liked it, if you got some value out of it. Leave a comment, tell me what you think, like the video, and follow me on social media, Snapchat and Instagram. You can send me a message. I'm easily reachable on there. I've got an amazing course in the description below if you're interested in starting to sell on Amazon. So the course is designed in like a perfect layout from complete beginner to 6 figures and 7 figures a year. There's even a section on how to scale to 7 figures. And in my opinion, I put like 5 days straight, 10 hours a day, and it's at a ridiculous price at $397 right now. And so it's going to be going up, and it's with my personal mentorship included. So you'll have access to me to communicate with me whenever, to ask your opinions on products, and basically any questions, any situations you may have. Got already about like 35 people in the course right now, 40 people in the course, and they're all doing great. So anyway, guys, looking forward to your success. If you don't take the course, absolutely no problem. Gonna be releasing a ton of free content here on this channel, just like this video here. So just, give me some suggestions, like the video, subscribe, and I hope you guys get to financial freedom soon and get to living your dreams, traveling the world, whatever it is that you want to do. All right, anyway, guys, see ya.